It's the end of the year, which it's actually not quite. I mean, there's still a couple weeks left, but people are making lists. Not just any lists, but the best of lists. What's the best movie of 2013? What's the best game? Best album? Whatever. Out of all mediums, I probably pay attention to games the most, though. I did see a few movies this year. I did just see The Hobbit on my birthday this past Sunday, and of course I saw Frozen. I did the review on that, as well as Pacific Rim, Monsters University. I can't remember what else I saw, but like I said, I pay attention to games the most, and this has been quite a year for video games. There's been a lot of big releases. There was just Super Mario 3D World that came out just last month, and I really want to play it, but I don't have a Wii U yet. I'll probably get one next year. The new Zelda on 3DS just came out. Pikmin 3, that was a big one for me personally. Like I said, I don't have a Wii U yet, but I'll probably play it next year. And GTA 5 was a really big one. It was a humongous game, one of the biggest releases of all time. Since I've been seeing a lot of other people do their picks of Game of the Year, I decided I would do mine. But before I do, I'm going to do a brief overview of the games that I have played this year. I did spend quite a bit of time playing catch-up this year with games like The Walking Dead and Journey, which came out last year, that I've just played now, and both I really like. I also played Psychonauts for the first time, and that was really good. I really love it. I was also playing catch-up on a lot of indie games. I played Limbo, Bastion, Fez, Mark the Ninja, what else? Oh yeah, and Anodyne. Anodyne is really good. I think that one's pretty underrated. Moving on to games that have actually come out this year that I've played Runner 2, FTL, Dust Elysian Tale. Those were all indie games. I haven't played Papers, Please or Gone Home or The Stanley Parable, but I'll most likely get them during the winter sale and play those. As far as bigger games go, I haven't really played that many big games. I did play The Last of Us, which you saw my last video on, which if you haven't, you should go watch it. I was mainly playing small games on my PC and games on my 3DS. Like I was playing Fire Emblem Awakening back in January when that came out, and that was really, really good. I also got Animal Crossing and played that for a while, but I always kind of like go off and on with Animal Crossing. There would be some months that I play it and some months that I don't play it. And another big one was Pokemon that came out, which I still haven't finished it, and I'm not sure why. Which I also haven't finished Fire Emblem, which I guess it's just because I haven't been on really big trips lately, and I haven't been anywhere where I'm extremely bored. That's usually where I play my 3DS, so I don't really play it at home that much. So I guess that's why I just haven't really played them as much as I would want to. But that's just a brief overview of what games I've been playing this year. Now on to the game of the year, or my personal game of the year. It might not be yours. It might be something completely different. My personal pick for game of the year is BioShock Infinite. I got it on sale for $10, which is a steal for what I experienced. I did play the first BioShock about a year after that came out, and while I really did enjoy the game and the setting, especially because it was all underwater, I wasn't quite impressed with it as other people were. BioShock Infinite, however, I was really blown away by. I don't want to spoil the game, so I'm going to be as vague as possible when explaining my reasons for why I picked it as my game of the year. I was very fortunate to have the luxury of not knowing a lot about the game. The only thing I had known about the game was the 2010 trailer. I didn't know anything that was going to happen. And like with The Last of Us, people cite the story as to why this game is so good. And I have to admit, it's pretty mind-blowing. I've been seeing some reviews saying that it's only possible in a video game, but I don't know. I kind of disagree. I think it could be done as a movie, if you do it right. I mean, somebody's already uploaded a 3-hour movie version of the game, though I think if it was a movie, it wouldn't be quite as immersive. And I really hate using that word, but for this game, I really was immersed in it. I was playing it until 8:30 in the morning, until I beat it. I just loved the world that they were building and how they were unraveling the story. I also love exploring all the areas and finding all the voxophones that the residents of Columbia have recorded. The areas are pretty linear, but I still haven't found everything, which boggles my mind because I thought I was searching very thoroughly, but apparently not. The combat is also pretty dang fun. I have heard some people complain that you'll only use a couple vigors, and while that is sort of true, I was actually experimenting a lot with them. Eventually, you will find the ones that suit your comfort zone, and Elizabeth is very handy in combat, which may make the game a little bit easy, but that's what higher difficulty levels are for. Also, I recommend using a controller because When I was using the mouse and keyboard, having the skyline battles and using the vigors and everything, it just felt kind of stilted for some reason. The controller just felt a lot better with button placement. I can't aim quite as well with the controller, but that's why I use a shotgun. Like I said, I was just immersed in this game. I only played it a few hours the first time I installed it, but afterwards, when I got to the halfway point and, the game takes a big turn, and I don't want to really say too much because that's kind of spoiling it, but it really goes in these directions that, you just don't expect, and you think it's going this one direction, but it actually goes to another. So, that's what I love about it. It's just so unexpected. I haven't played the Burial at Sea DLC yet, but I'm probably going to buy that during the winter sale, along with a bunch of other games that I missed out this year. But yeah, Bioshock Infinite, that's my game of the year, and also one of my favorite games of all time now. I want to know what your game of the year is. It might give me some ideas of what to play next. So tell me down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video where I'm going to talk about the episode 1 of season 2 of The Walking Dead, which I'm going to play in a few minutes. So, see you next time.